Hello, my name is Rob Bailey and I will be talking about MIME types today as part of the HIST 580 module in digital records. This presentation serves as an introduction to MIME types or media types and how they are an essential aspect of internet operability. We will look at how they relate to web technologies, their introduction and online management, their component parts, how they relate to archives and email, and their preservation and future use. The presentation will include references to internet technologies and operations for those without detailed prior knowledge or in-depth IT expertise. MIME stands for Multi-Purpose Internet Mail Extensions, and in the context of HTTP, we are looking at MIME types as standards. They identify and standardize information exchange between the client and the server. To begin, it is necessary to examine aspects of basic internet processes. MIME types are a feature of HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. That is the process and the standardization of sending and receiving documents and their contents across the web. Primarily, this is between web browsers, that is the web pages where we work with information like Microsoft Internet Explorer, Google Chrome or Safari, and web servers, the software and hardware where online information is stored and disseminated. As HTTP has evolved over the years since HTTP 1, it can now send different content types. The content type is a part of the digital information that is sent using packets of data. Within that content type information, the MIME typology of the resource or data is defined. Therefore, MIME establishes and defines what types of information are being used. MIME types were created by two programmers in the 1990s, Nathaniel Borenstein and Ned Freed. Without these standards for file types, it would be very difficult to add attachments to email. MIME types consist of a document, file, or assortment of bytes. They are heavily prescribed via the Internet Assigned Numbers Authority, IANA. Email without machine recognizable file attachments would mean no photos, word processing documents, or a whole variety of other crucial document types that we commonly use today. In terms of MIME structure, types and subtypes describe the body of the information being passed between the client and server. These are the bodies of requests and responses. So in essence, we have two media or MIME components. Incidentally, we now use the term media as the types go beyond use in email and extend to other internet protocols, such as HTTP or HTML. First, we have the main media type itself, which is in two parts, type and subtype. The type will be a category of file format such as text, image or video, etc. The subtype will be the named file format used such as .jpeg for an image or .mp4 for video or .html for HTML documents. We also have multi-part categories such as the form data type seen below. The basic information of types and subtypes can be enhanced by additional information in the address text. There are essentially three different subdivisions to media types: prefixes, suffixes, and parameters. Prefixes, or registration trees, provide additional information. In this case, VND stands for vendor, with further specific details for PowerPoint or Excel subtypes. Suffixes deal with departures from the standard format or file format. So for example, for the JSON or XML types in this example, the latter refers to vendor application programming for JavaScript object notation file types. Further specification of the media type is provided by parameters. In this example, the codec for an MP4 video is listed. All of the information can be found on the IANA website. MIME continues to be developed. Since 2002, MIME, or Secure Multipurpose Internet Mail Extensions, has become the Internet standard for secure email attachments. This uses algorithmic encryption and digital signatures to maintain confidentiality and data integrity via the use of certification. MIME sniffing is one of the issues that occurs when the MIME type is not present from the server response. A browser-based algorithm attempts to detect the correct MIME header. Unfortunately, the algorithm can also be tricked into permitting hostile content. MIME, the parceling off of attacks to subdomains, and disabling MIME sniffing altogether are all counters to this vulnerability. So why is all of this so relevant to archivists or records managers? Archives have witnessed the evolution of the tradition of correspondence record keeping and persistent representation from paper formats, now moving into electronic email. Being able to identify in a reliable manner what type of files are being examined is extremely important for data reliability. MIME types are a major component in examining files forensically. They can have many applications. Political figures in the UK and elsewhere continue to fear potential issues around email legacies, such as during the Leveson inquiry, and the ability to forensically examine and confirm authenticity are key to archival integrity. It also has cultural preservation implications too. Archivists work in the overlap between forensic and archival science. The need for forensic data for criminal, civil and compliance legality closely meet with the archival needs of acquiring, authenticating, preserving and providing access to recorded materials. In terms of preservation, new work and approaches to MIME types are being developed. Borenstein himself has indicated that MIME isn't perfect and there would be great difficulties implementing an improved version, particularly changing the header information. A concern is that unnecessary text in the current version is sucking up bandwidth and storage, being repeated millions of times as pages are sent and received. This will have an environmental impact in addition. The Digital Preservation Coalition, one of the foremost advocate organisations for digital preservation, has published various guides on related subjects, including email. The second edition of the Preserving Email Guide by CJ Prom, published in 2019, highlights the importance of authenticity and the worryingly small percentage of suitably archived email information. I will include a link to the Prom document in the references section at the end of the presentation for further information. So we can see the importance of MIME types across internet and email applications. We have looked at the history and management of MIME or media types, their functionality, their component parts, security issues and potential vulnerabilities, and their use as a reliable forensic tool. They're an important and ubiquitous element of digital preservation. Just to finish up, I have included a final slide that displays a short list of references and a select bibliography used for the presentation today. A full bibliography is included on Canvas in the covering informational text for the submission for Assignment 2 HIST 580. If you want to find out more information about MIME types, I would recommend looking up some of the sources listed. Thank you for taking the time to listen to the presentation, and please add any questions to the chat and I will try to answer them for you.